This one, I will not keep it away. I want this video make you waka well. Make so many persons here waiting the legal team of May Edochie. They talk about Judy Austin and you Edochie. No wonder you Edochie came out on the media to talk about he said don't go for somebody's wife. Now we can understand the reason why he was saying that, because he might not dey at rest. They say guilty conscience, you know. So the man dey guilty. You know, say the woman wey him go for, say him purposely go carry on. And the legal team said the only person wey go fit save you right now is Judy Austin. I mean, it is Mr. Obasi. Mr. Obasi is the only one that can rescue Judy Austin and you. One part that he said that I love so much was that beautiful Queen May doesn't really care about what they do or what they don't do. I want you guys to watch this video first before I will come back to say my mind. Watch it. Watch it.
Now, we're understanding that Judy is in a proper big mess because only Mr. Bassi can save Judy. Only if Mr. Bassi comes out and says, yes, I took back the bride price on XYZ day. And I took it in accordance with this one. Have no objection. We're satisfied. She's no longer our wife. She stopped being our wife that day.
No.
But from what Mr. Bassi is saying,
no be so much.
Judy is implying that Judy remains his wife.
Yeah.
And we know that Yul is not Judy's husband. So, when Yul came out and made that statement that it is immoral and sin and against its abomination to sleep with somebody's wife, it was the spirit, the gods of his Nteje that were pushing him to go and say that. It's more or less a confession. That thing you said was a confession. It was really his confession. Something troubles him, he can't sleep at night. The gods of his village are coming after him for messing with somebody's wife or Bassi's wife. So, you and Judy are experiencing extraordinary uncertainty as to the status of their marriage.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, from a statutory point of view, from a legal point of view, we know that what happened between them is not a marriage because you cannot marry yet. You cannot get marry Judy yet. You must dissolve his first marriage before he can enter into a second marriage. So this idea of polygamy for you was nonsense, and we continue to comment and shake our heads that supposedly an educated man does not know or did not know that once married under the act, you can't have a second wife. It is still, when I wake up and think about it, I shake my head. I'm not shaking my head just because of you. I'm shaking my head because of the level of ignorance in Nigeria.
Can you imagine?
A lot of people who went to university, who are holding their degree, are as illiterate as anything you can imagine. The position is very clear. If you choose to marry under the act, you cannot talk of your right under the custom to marry a second wife. That is asinine. That is idiotic. Right? And everybody, we will expect children in high school, in elementary school to know that. But somebody will go to university, graduate, start making movies and all these things, and still didn't know that. And we read comments from many people. Oh, there's nothing wrong about having a second wife. No, nothing wrong about having a second wife. It is our custom. When I read it, I know I'm reading from idiots. Because it's very clear. You chose statutory marriage. So, but in the case of customary marriage, where you have the option of dissolving it by returning the bride price, don't follow that option. Rather, use the other option. Go to the customary court, file your petition, state your reasons for the dissolution, and the court's clerk or the administrative arm of the court will prepare a summons. And the summons is a notice inviting your husband to come and answer to these allegations. And they will attach the allegations. So which is a second element of due process. The first is notice. The second is information. That is, they must tell you why the allegations made against you. The third is an opportunity for you to controvert the allegations against you. The fourth is a fair hearing. For the judges to be unbiased and fair to both of you. If you get your divorce through the court, there is no confusion. People will know the date the divorce occurred. People will know the terms upon which the divorce occurred. People will know the reason the divorce occurred. People will have an idea of what should happen to the children. They will know where the children should be. They know what how the other parent will have an access to the children, and how the other parent will be contributing to the welfare of the children. That is the certainty and clarity the court will give you. Any court will give you. Customary court will give it to you. But if you do it the way Judy did it, you are in trouble. Because Judy said bride price was returned. Obashi, her husband, says nothing was returned. He disputes it. And now, how do you return the bride price? It's very important. You must call the kinsmen. They must know you are coming. You don't return it by Western Union. You don't return it by any other way. It's either the court told you how to return it, or you are returning it in a way agreed by the older parties. In Obashi's case, Judy says Obashi refused to take back his bride price, and they threw it at him. Who are they there that did the throwing? You don't return the bride price by throwing bride money at anybody. That's not how it's done. So if you throw the thing at him and he refuses to pick it up or accept it, you haven't returned it. And then how much do you return of the bride price? Let me give you an example. Let's say somebody married and paid 50-something, 1,000, 2 kobo, 1,000, 20 kobo, or 2 kobo, when there was kobo. Now, if you are returning the bride price, what are you returning? If you return 6,000, that is more than what they paid. Is that adequate return? Is that proper return? You're supposed to return exactly what was paid. If you pay less or more, have you returned it? 2, who does the returning? Okay, now let me tell you another case that will help you understand it. There was one case, a lady in America wanted to return the bride price through her brothers or family, her father.
Can you imagine?
And the family asked her, what did your husband do? What is your reason for divorcing him? She didn't give them any reason. The family was not satisfied. The family said, we will not be part of the return of the bride price, please, until you tell us what your husband did. So the lady decided to return the money by Western Union. She returned the bride price. All she did was to send money, quite a chunk of money, to a cousin of her husband. And the cousin took the money. Was that return of bride price? The money you sent to cousin? Of course not.
Can you imagine?
The family did not meet. They did not agree to take back the bride price. They did not anticipate. And the bride price did not come from the family of the girl. So, returning the bride price requires you follow particular procedure that is not going to be disputed by anybody. If it is disputed, there's a problem. So, if you returned bride price to Obasi, by meeting Obasi alone without his kinsmen, and you gave him the money, even if you give him the exact money and he accepted it, it may not be a return of bride price.
Can you imagine?
He didn't come alone to pay bride price. He came with his family members. So you don't return bride price to him alone. And where did he pay the bride price? He came to your village and paid the bride price, and you went to his village. Now you're going to Onisha, where he lives alone to repay. That's not it. And this idea of we told the man to come and take his bride price, no. So, and remember that if you are dissolving your marriage by repayment of bride price, if there's any problem with that repayment process, that means that the dissolution did not occur. It's very, very tricky and delicate for you to say, okay, I'm ending this marriage by returning bride price. There are so many intricate rules and procedures that could render the exercise a futility. So you got to make sure you follow it to the letter. Indeed, the critical test of return of bride price is that both sides agree and there is no dispute. If there's no dispute, the woman says, I return the bride price, and the man says, yes, you return the bride price. Then everybody will say they're divorced. But if the woman says, I return the bride price, and the man says, no, it is difficult to prove otherwise. And this is the predicament of Judy. And if the bride price paid by Obasi was not returned in accordance with the customs and rules and confirmed by Obasi and his family, then it was not returned. And if it was not returned, then Obasi is still Judy's husband.